Hello everyone. So here in this video we will start with the functions of a flower, right? So flowers are modifications of shoot to perform the function of sexual reproduction, right? So flowers are the reproductive part we already read, we already studied that before. And this is the modification of shoot, right? And its function is to do the sexual reproduction for the flower, right? And now comes the second function. Flowers of most of the angiosperms are shaped variously to help diverse modes of pollination, like modes of pollination like self-pollination and cross-pollination. So to do that, to do the self-pollination and cross-pollinations, angiosperms have various shapes according to that. Now, flowers provide seed for germination of pollen, development of pollen tube, and formation of gametes and fertilization, as we earlier studied that pollen sticks to the stigma, right? So these are the processes which flowers provide to the pollens. Now come to the fourth point. The ovary part of the carpel gets transformed into fruit and ovules are transformed into seeds after the fertilization, right? So this is very important point. Now some floral parts like calyx and various modifications in ovaries help in the dispersal of fruits and seeds. Now let's get back to the whorls part, right? So we studied about the calyx and corolla, right? That means sepals and corolla, that means petals. So we must know one thing about them, that they are not directly involved in the process of fertilization. In the reproduction, right? And we already know one thing, we already know the symbols for all these four whorls. So I'm going to write the symbols for all the four whorls. For calyx it is K, for corolla it is C, for gynoecium it is G, and for androecium it is A, right? So this is very important, you must remember this. Now if we talk about K and C, that means calyx and corolla, they are accessory or non-essential whorls, right? They are accessory or non-essential whorls, right? Why they are called non-essential? Because they are not directly involved in the sexual reproduction. They just help in protection and attraction for the pollinators. Okay, now come to GNA, that means gynoecium and androecium. These are our essential whorls, right? These are essential. Why? Because they are directly involved in the process of sexual reproduction and they form spores. So that's why they are known as essential whorls. Now let's talk about some important structures of a flower. We are going to talk about stamen here, which is the male reproductive system of the flower. Okay, so as we can see here, this end is known as distal end, okay, of a stamen, and this end is known as proximal end. And in the distal end we have anther, which consists of two lobes, right? So typically anther is bilobed. We can also call it bilobed. Now let's see the transverse section of anther from the top. It has four cavities, as you can see here, and we can call these cavity as microsporangium. Okay, so these 4 cavities are known as microsporangium. So this is our spore carrying cavity. Okay, this is the spore carrying cavity. And that too male spore. Why? Because micro is used for male spore and mega is used for female spores. You must remember that. And it is present, these cavities are present in microsporophyll. This is also known as microsporophyll. So we have 4 microsporangiums present in the anther. Hence it is also known as tetrasporangiate. So we can write here tetrasporangiate. Okay. So as we already talked about the anther, that it is bilobe. That means 2 lobes are present. And in one of the lobe, 2 cavities are present. That means each lobe is dithecous. What it is called? Dithecous. And thecus means theca, means cavity. Right? So this anther is known as dithecous. Now, when you see the anther from the side view, you see its side view, you can see a line. We call this line of dehiscence. You can see here. This is the line of dehiscence. And now, by dehiscence, we mean release of pollen. So, in the line of dehiscence, we have some special cells which are known as stomium cells. And they help in the opening of the anther. Right? So this is all the basics of the stamen, and in the next video we will study about the development of the anther in detail. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you understood it well. Please revise all the concepts. It will help you in your exams.